Hello and welcome to Listen and Love. Right now I'm sitting here with my friend Annaleigh Miller.
Hi.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be a teen or an older teen who's about to go into college. She's a senior this year, so we're excited. And some good things about it, some bad things about it, some things that we wish maybe adults would do a little differently, and just kind of bridging that awkward gap right now between seniors and parents. So we're excited. I'm excited to have you on. I've been wanting to have you on for 5 months.
Our schedules finally aligned.
Schedules finally aligned. I'm excited. Annaleigh, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
I'm Annaleigh Miller. I am Arcelia Miller's daughter. I am 17 years old and a senior in high school. I am currently homeschooled, so yay. I love it. And I go to Coastal for dual enrollment. I take 2 classes there. I like going to the gym and hanging out with my friends. Those are mainly what I do in my free time when I have some.
Yes. Yes, I wish we had more free time. It's very busy being a senior.
It's so busy.
Yeah, but exciting as well, right?
Yes, it is. I thought junior year was really busy, but I was wrong.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we are excited to hear what you have to say and to learn from you and to listen in love to everything that you have to say. But before we get into that, I do want to let you guys know about our very first sponsor, and that's Sabbath Woodworks. Annaleigh knows a little bit about this because
he is my dad.
Yes. And we're so excited and thankful for Sabbath Woodworks. Sabbath Woodworks creates custom pieces of furniture from tables, barn doors, living room tables, stools, end tables, cutting boards, to bookshelves. He's actually about to put some bookshelves up for us behind here, so you'll get to see that in our next video. Whatever you need created, whatever you have that needs to be customized or whatever, Sabbath Woodworks can make it. Visit their website, which is linked below, and you can use the code LISTENINLOVE, all caps, for $10 off your first order price. So, thank you, Sabbath Woodworks. Okay, so Annaleigh, how are you preparing for your next season of life out of high school?
That's the hardest question.
It's a hard question.
I would say, being diligent with your time is very important, especially in senior year. I don't think you should put all this pressure on yourself with it, but definitely being diligent with your time and preparing for college or whatever you're doing in your next stage of life. Personally, I'm taking some classes at Coastal, which is helping me slowly, transition into college so I can kind of have a feel for what it's going to be like. And trying to get A's and B's more, but it's the thought that counts of me trying.
Yes. So what are some ways that you are being diligent with your time right now, besides, taking classes at Coastal because you want to prepare more for that? But I guess more of this is your last season, hopefully not your last season, your last season of before stepping into adulthood. So how are you cherishing your friendships, cherishing time with your family, developing more time for your interests, things like that?
Definitely. As much as school is important, I will say take the time to spend time with your friends and your family, because either if you're going off to college or staying at community college, you're not going to have as much time as you did in high school, and it's good to keep a fire and kindling those relationships with your family and your friends. I personally have been hanging out with my friends a lot. We'll set up dates because we're all pretty busy. They're all juniors or seniors. Some are sophomores. But we'll set up a date and just hang out. We went to the fair last weekend. That was really fun. And with my family, we'll schedule family dinners to make sure you're all home and have time. But it's definitely important. And then for me personally, taking time off to just rest.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love to sleep.
Yes.
Slothfulness, I will say, is one of my hardest things to get over sometimes.
Really?
But I love the gym. So that's what I do. I'll either take a little bit of a nap or go for a run or go to the gym, and it just helps me think better and definitely take off all the pressure of all that.
Those are 2 very good things to spend your time on. First of all, developing a system to get into the gym, and then also taking time to rest, because life gets busy sometimes, and sometimes you just like don't want to rest, but then you get to the point where you're like running yourself ragged. So
Exactly.
those are two very good things to go ahead and start doing.
Mhm.
It's also really interesting that you bring that up because most teenagers your age, this is like a psychological fact, need more sleep.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
need about
I
10
think it's around 8 to 10
8
hours,
to
something
10
like that,
hours.
to sleep because of like all of the changes and like mental load that they're carrying. So it's very good that you take time to rest. And
So
then,
let your teens sleep, please.
yes, sleep in. And your mom does a really good job.
Oh, yeah. She's
Yeah.
great about that.
She'll come to work and she'll be like, Annaleig's gonna wake up in an hour and a half.
She's waking up in an hour and a half and doing her homework.
Yes. So that's great. What would you say is the most difficult part of this season?
For me personally, I think it's just an awkward stage of life transitioning into
Mhm.
young adults. I don't really know how to act around. I'm very like manners. My parents grew me up with like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're getting older, you're transitioning to calling them their first name.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I feel like I can't.
Yeah.
And then school is definitely harder for me personally, trying to figure out what classes I'm going to take and just pushing myself into like trying to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that one.
No, it's okay. Like you're in like like what you said, like a very like awkward season, and so
It
it's
is
hard to
very
determine.
awkward.
Yeah, it's very hard to determine what is difficult or what's working because you're just kind of like,
And a majority of my
Yeah.
friend groups are juniors, so they don't understand. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to talk to them about it, but they don't get it, and I
Yeah.
feel so bad.
They'll get it next year.
They will. They will.
And then they'll come ask you for help.
They'll be like, "Help me, please."
Yes. So yes, would you say that like social media plays any type of role in like making this transition more difficult, or I mean, like you just said that you don't really know what the difficult parts are.
Yeah, social media, I have a love and hate relationship with it. I have Instagram, I had Be Real, but I don't know if you would call that social media. I wouldn't get Snapchat if I were you. But I think it's good in some ways that your friends who are older, you can see kind of like people going to college and either joining sororities or frats and be like, that's what I don't want to do. It's a good insight to see what's going on. But also, if you're at college or something and your friends make a post and you're not there, you can kind of feel left out, like a bit of FOMO, even though they're not trying to hurt you. It's just like you miss being home, I guess. That's what I would say would be a hard part for me if I moved away.
Yeah, so there's pluses and minuses to social media. Do you have like any habits that you put in place with social media to kind of minimize like the negativity?
Yes,
Negative
I take
effects?
breaks, honestly. I recommend taking breaks. It's so healthy. I deleted one of my apps for a little bit. I still don't have it because I'm done with it. I think it's way better to just there's no need for me to be on it because I learned that I was constantly checking it instead of doing my school. So that's also like a way of procrastination for me. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of it for a time and maybe get it back. But yeah.
Taking breaks.
Taking breaks is definitely good.
Yeah. I used to struggle with social media, and then it became my job, and that like really changed my mind about it. Because now anytime I get on an RCI reel or TikTok, I'm like, okay, how can I make this into something that works for Under His
See,
Reins?
it can be helpful too.
Yeah, it can be that, but then I don't ever get on it for enjoyment, I guess. I don't know.
Which honestly can be a good thing.
Yeah, it can be a good thing.
Because the constant scrolling like shortens your attention span. There's some articles about that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm definitely like trying to like cut down on it. Like just go out and watch a movie. But I would much rather be with my friends than be, in my room watching YouTube.
I've really felt the attention span shortening. Like, because like even with studying, like I sit down and I'm like, I can't read for more than 10 minutes at a time.
Exactly. That's why I do like some increments to help me slowly build back my endurance again.
Yes, I'm gonna have to start doing that too. I've like been trying to put in place like I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but like the Pomodoro studying method.
I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it either. But it's like where you set aside a timer and you study for 25 minutes and then you take like a 5 to 10 minute break and then you come back.
That's smart.
So I don't know, I might start doing that. But that's some good insight. Do you have any plans for your future, or like any plans that you're like, yes, I'm like 100% going after this, or are you just kind of like, I have an idea and I'm going to see where God leads?
I have an idea. Well, man plans, but the Lord directs our steps. That's what my mom has always said to me, which it is so true. I have learned in all my 17 years of life that I plan on doing coastal for 2 years and then maybe transferring to a bigger university. I'm interested in psychology and child psychology. I'm going in ECE, and
Okay.
so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
I work at a preschool right now, so that's really helpful for me to learn about their little minds. This is crazy. They're tiny little human beings.
Yeah.
And their hearts are just so like soft and open. And it's just sad to see growing up how it slowly closes around.
Yeah.
So, but they are adorable kids. But that's what I'm interested in, is psychology and going into that and majoring and stuff.
So right now you're at Coastal, and then after that you're like,
I'm looking at Mobile right now.
Mhm.
I haven't seen their psychology program fully yet, but there's another one in Alabama. I'm not interested in going out of state.
Yeah.
Because
It's expensive.
it's expensive. I am a homebody. I can't be away from home for too long.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still looking. But I don't have to worry about that really right now, I would say, because
Yeah.
I'm just going to do 2 years at Coastal first.
There's a quote, I forgot who it's by. It honestly might be by your mom.
Probably might be.
But it's called Don't Stress Over Things. Don't stress about stressing over things. And that essentially can apply to, okay, like, and this can go for any student right now that's listening. Like, you may feel like this intense pressure to have your life figured out, to have this plan going, to get your 4-year degree, and then maybe do a master's or do a doctorate so that you can make more money, and then like you're gonna have a career for the rest of your life, and like you have to work and you have to have everything figured out. And that's really stressful because you're stressing and thinking about how you can prepare for things now that are like 4 to 6 years in advance, and life can change like in an instant.
Instantly,
And
yes.
one plan that you may have will change completely, and that's okay. And you don't always have to have everything figured out, and it's good to have just kind of like this, I have an idea of what I want, but there's so many different avenues that I can go and I can choose to take to pursue that. So this idea that you're like, I want to be a child psychologist, but right now I'm doing what I need to do. I'm taking the next steps. I know that this is the next step. I'm not going to worry about the next 4 years because I know that God's going to direct me where I need to go. That's so wise. And that's like the right thing to do, because I did it the way where I was like, I got to have everything figured out, and like, I need to know every step I'm going to take in 4 years, and my life changed in an instant and everything fell apart. And then I had to like pick it back up, which I'm not saying that was a bad thing, because like that's where
it's a learning experience. Yeah.
It's a learning experience. It's what the Lord wanted. It's what he could work with. So this idea that you're just kind of like, yeah, I have an idea, I have a plan, but man plans, but God directs.
Exactly. And to chime in on there, you don't my mom was saying, if money wasn't an option, she always asks young adults or teens, if money wasn't an option, what would you want to do, like actually want to do? And for me personally, I just want to be a mom.
Yeah.
I love kids so much. That's also a main reason why I'm going into psychology for children. I'm just so interested about it. But I just want to help kids, but I just want to be a mom personally. So that's what I would do as an ultimate goal. But you don't have to go to college for 4 years. You don't even have to go to community college. If you want to join the army, go do that.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to work at McDonald's, you could do that too, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. Life is so versatile. And
there's so many careers that you don't have to go to college for.
Yeah.
So many.
So many careers that you don't have to go to college for. So many like degrees that you don't even need to be considered an expert in, and like
all this stuff. Yeah. And you don't even get hired sometimes.
I know.
It's really hard.
It's really difficult. It's just weird how we have this system. And
it's an
people,
odd society.
Yeah, it's an odd society. Life is odd in general, but that's why we need Jesus.
Exactly. Let's put it back to Jesus.
That is why we need Jesus. But yeah, life is just so versatile, and flexibility and being adaptable and adaptability is really the key to life. It's like being able to pivot and change wherever you need to go. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about parents and adults,
Okay, yeah.
everybody's favorite subjects.
Yay!
What are some things you have noticed, like, on the subject of, like, college and, like, career and all this stuff? What are some things that you've noticed that parents or adults have said that have just kinda rubbed you the wrong way or maybe placed more stress on you than you wanted?
So what college are you going to? What are you gonna do with the rest of your life? All this I mean, they pile it on with, like, double questions, and I knew as, like, a freshman I was gonna be prepared for it, and my mom told me, she's like, "Just tell him you're doing what the Lord has guided you to do and what he plans," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that."
Yeah.
And then a sophomore, and then my junior year, I was getting questions like that, and I was not prepared. I was like, "I thought this was for my senior year, not for my junior year."
Yeah.
And even now, I have friends who are sophomores who have adults coming up to them being like, "So what college do you wanna go to?" And I'm like, "You still have 2 more years of high school left." Like,
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
I personally, I say that I'm doing coastal right now, and wherever the Lord leads me, I will go next. I'm looking at Mobile, but that's not a firm decision of mine. Um, and if they're like, "Well, what do you wanna do?" Then I just use big words. I'm going in ECE, child psychology right now. I'm taking child psychology 200 and child early development. And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So
I love that. You, like, juke them out a little.
yeah, you juke them out. If you memorize what you kind of are interested in, look at the long words and then shorten them down, and they'll just be like, cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. And then also, like, the whole thing about, like, I'm just gonna do whatever the Lord tells you to do. Nobody can argue with that.
Exactly.
What are they gonna do?
They're like,
Be
"But," I'm like, "No,
no.
there's no but with the Lord."
No. No. I love that. Those are, like, 2, like, unarguable stances. So that's great. That's foolproof. So if you're in a situation where you don't want parents to ask you or adults to come up and ask you what your plan for the rest of your life,
But
juke
the
'em out.
Lord leads me to.
Yeah.
Or juke them out.
Yeah. Use big words or say, "God's telling me to do this." And then they can't argue with you. That's genius. That is genius. So parents, that's the biggest question that you get that you're like, maybe let's not say that.
A lot.
Yeah.
I have some parent figures that'll come up to me and be like, "I wanna ask what you're doing, but I don't wanna feel like you have all this pressure on yourself." And I'm like, "No, you can ask me, but there's also other questions you can ask, like, what are some things you're interested in? Do you wanna go to college or not?" And I mean, it's completely fine not to go to college or anything, but just definitely asking more broader answers and asking them as a person and not, like, feeling attacked, being like, "What are you gonna do once you get out of high school?" I'm like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah.
And obviously everyone's like, "Well, after high school, it's college." And honestly, I feel like that's dumb. I feel like college should be when you're, like, 23. Your brain isn't even fully developed until you're 25 years old. So, like, teenagers.
Yeah.
There's sororities, there's frats, you're drinking. Like, college is for learning, but a big part of that when I think of college is, like, partying, being away from home. And I don't feel ready. Like, don't feel ready for all of that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's just all this pressure on it. Like, wait to go to college if you don't want to go yet. Then take a gap year. I have friends who took gap years, and I mean, that was the best for them. My brother is taking a bit of a gap year right now.
4 year gap.
4 year gap year to the army. But he's super excited. And if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. And if that's what the Lord is telling him to go, then he will go.
Yeah, I agree. So I have 2 follow-up questions, and then I think we're about running out of time. But so an alternative for parents to ask instead of like, what are you doing in college? What are you doing for the rest of your life is, what are you interested in? And so would you say that an aspect of that question or like the way that question makes you feel changes from looking at what you're doing as a person to seeing more of who you are?
What you're interested in?
Yeah.
Yes. Because it redirects, I would say, like, what are you interested in?
Yeah.
And then they'll talk about that, and they're like, okay, well, if money wasn't an issue, what would you actually want to do?
Yeah.
And my mom has asked that, and there's a girl who's going into nursing, and she was like, oh, I just want to be a nail tech.
Yeah.
Then do that.
Money.
Why would you can. Yeah. I mean, nail tech gets a lot of money. But you can have all of this, your degrees and all of this done and not be happy with your job, then what was the whole point of it? There is no point.
Yeah.
Like, money is worldly things that you just don't need. It's
Yeah.
not, why would you store up treasures here when you can have treasures in heaven?
Agreed. So that question pivots for you to be seen as more of a person.
Exactly.
And that adult is able to connect with you more on a personal level instead of more of like a materialistic
Exactly.
type thing.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. And then I forgot my second question because I didn't write it down.
That's okay.
But that's okay. Obviously, it wasn't that much important anyway. Okay. Final question.
Okay.
Do you have any words of encouragement or advice for juniors or sophomores looking to be in your position as a senior next year?
Okay. Procrastination is a big thing that I deal with, and just parse out your week and what you're going to do with school, either your public school, private school, homeschooled, or even online. Just parse out your week, and it helps you see an overview of what you want to do. Stop stressing about school. Like, in the end, God will allow what is supposed to happen and what's supposed to be put in place. And take time for yourself. Like, if there's something you enjoy, like painting or running or going to the gym, then just do that and find some time for it, because it's important to find time for yourself and spend time with the Lord.
I think you hit it. Like, spend time with the Lord, get to know Him.
And if parents or adults ask you what you're doing for college, juke them out. Just do it.
I love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing us a little bit about your story.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this was so much fun. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And to you guys who are listening and watching, I just wanted to let you guys know that we have some big news. Well, this was actually announced a couple months ago, but earlier this year, this podcast was ranked as the #2 mental health podcast in Alabama. And that's so exciting. It's such a testament to what we're doing here and the testimonies that we have and the interviews that we're doing. And so thank you guys for listening and love, and thank you for being a part of this. And thank you for sharing with your friends, because we think that this is something that will be really beneficial for this area. And as always, be sure to leave us a review on your podcast provider, as this really helps us spread the word and gets those ratings up. And follow our social accounts because we post interactions and Q&As and stuff. So you're missing out if you're not doing that.
You are.
And then for those who are listening and not watching, we do have a YouTube channel. This is a filmed podcast. So if you want to see Annaleigh in person,
I hope I don't remember the image of myself.
Come on and look at our video podcast on YouTube. Also, you know that this is produced by Ender's Wings, which is a nonprofit for teen girls in Baldwin County, Alabama. Just to let you know, we have 3 events coming up. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to see you. We'd love to have conversations with you. We have 3 events. One is called Stirring Up the Community. It's October 12th. This is dedicated for the youth. It's a worship night. It's for high schoolers, middle schoolers. We have worship night, testimonies. We'll be selling local arts and crafts, coffee and poetry and singing from all these ages. It's talent and testimony from high schoolers and middle schoolers. It's really a wonderful night.
It was so fun last year.
Yeah, it was. I was blessed last year just being part of it. And then we also have our biggest event of the year, which is a night to sew. Yes. And I think that one's so fun because if you're an adult but you miss dressing up,
you get to dress up.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, you have formal attire, all of this stuff. I tell all of my friends at college, and I'm like, you guys, if you want a prom, but for a professional, you want to dress up, but it's a professional event, come to this. It's so much fun. You also get to learn about Ender's Wings, our growth or development, and what we're doing in the next couple years. And then finally, we have our Candy Cane Dash, which is December 14th. This is a family event.
It's so fun
for all ages. We'll have little kids running in our little fun run or our race, and we also have a contest for the most festive attire. So
dress up.
Dress up.
I want to see those tutus.
Last year we had someone come in a full Santa suit.
I saw that. That was really cool. Very dedicated.
Very dedicated. I think he actually won.
He ran in that too.
Yeah, he did. He ran in the 5K.
That was impressive. I saw him. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we have all of these events. They're so much fun. We hope to see all of you guys there. And always, we thank you for listening and we encourage you to listen and love this week.